but it's all because I'm falling, 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 falling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. I'm going to be your play-by-play commentator for this matchup tonight, Jeff Masters, and on the color commentary side of things, I am joined in the booth by not only the one and only Merely. Merely, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good today, Jeff. You know, I was saying earlier, I don't think I've had the pleasure of commentating with you yet, so I'm glad to get in the booth with you. I've respected your commentary so far. I also left the stream open, so I'm hearing myself talk. This is horrible. I need to stop that before I go insane. All right, and we're good. I'm excited for some Novice League gameplay here. I don't know about you, Jeff.
Well, hey, look, I am interested in this game simply because being a member of the Whelps, I mean, it's going to be a good game either way, but being a member of the Whelps, Frost is fighting for #1 seed along with my team. If Frost win this tonight, they take the #1 seed. So I'm watching, you know, with intent eyes upon how this game's going to play out. This is also a very key game for Ignite themselves. They're sitting at 5-10. They're not looking too good this season. They've got this match and a couple others to try to win out. Otherwise, they're going to be eliminated from this season. So it's do or die for Ignite, and Frost has been a solid team all season this time. So it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, this one's really going to be an uphill battle for Ignite. I don't want to say over there on the other side, Frost has the luxury of still fighting for that #1 seed. This one is a must-win if they want to contend for that #1 seed. But Ignite, this is a must-win if they want to stay in the race at all and keep their playoff dreams alive, which at 5-10, a bit fortunate to still have that opportunity at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I really hope to see them come out and fight here. But it's definitely going to be difficult going up against Frost, especially with the Icarus, the player of the week over there, and just a really solid roster all around. It's gonna be one for the ages.
Yes, indeed. And I'm gonna say, you know, if Ignite, I'm not gonna put it past Ignite to, you know, maybe win this. I still am thinking that, you know, I wouldn't exactly want Frost to win, but I still think it's in Frost's corner that they're most likely gonna take this game. But I mean, Ignite have got to get on the ball like quick and try to get that pressure. From the one game that we had up against Frost that we ended up winning, the only reason we won was because we had so much pressure and we could kind of keep Frost from setting. Once Frost set in, they are really hard to try and adapt to out on the field once they get their flow going. You especially got to watch out for Icarus. But we'll see how this game plays out. Already the ball playing a couple different hands here. Over the side, Saint looking to dribble it towards the middle. Popped out. Oh, shot from Jangos. Rooney's going to save that one away for Ignite. Actually, I realized Jangos is subbing in for, I believe, Music. So Music is not playing for Frost tonight. I did not realize that.
Yeah, and with the sub in there, Music is a very solid player as Django's hold up. He's got some moves of his own as he almost made the double touch there work off the defenders, and instead it acts as a really good pass center, and I'm already impressed with what we're seeing from this guy.
I mean, yeah, it was funny. You're just about to say, you know, about the sub, and then all of a sudden Jangos is like, I hear you talking about me. I'm going to make sure that I get this pass over to mid. So already get a pass for his team within the first minute of play and capitalizing on it. Now it's Ignite's turn to try and respond, see what they can do. Icarus takes a shot and a demo in the air. Saint off the back wall, some bumping plays too. That's what Frost is also known for. Those solid, you know, rotations coming down the field. What a solo play from Rooney, though. Can't quite make the angle into the goal. But I like that transaction that Ignite tried to bring to the table there. Unfortunately, it did not go their way. A little bit awkward now sitting in front of their net. But this, with 3:30 left on the clock, I would say Ignite have not been, like, stuffed out on the field as I have seen Frost do with so many others. So hopefully, merely, that means that they can kind of get something going and get some pressure on Frost's side of the field.
And we've already seen they've had their chances. That was another chance right there. Almost a highlight reel play, but the defense really stepping up to keep that one out of the net. Barely got the read. And like you said, you know, Ignite, they have yet to score, but they've had some really good opportunities, and they look like they have the prowess to take this. They don't look out of their league at all with another amazing save, and we are seeing some very high quality Novice gameplay. I have to say, I am not used to seeing this from the bottom league. Bottom tier maybe on the books, but this is not bottom tier gameplay at all.
Yeah, I mean, well, shoot, as I believe Rockerman was mentioning earlier, this is a, I believe, Season 5 Grand Finals rematch between these two teams. So, I mean, they're playing to win. Ignite is showing up, and they're doing a pretty good job controlling. They're only down 1. They've still got plenty of time left on the clock. Pass from Rita to the mid. It's Charles gonna put it into the back and finally breaking the silence.
And there it is, another good play off the backboard. Finally, Frost defense crumbles. They can't get to that ball in the backyard yet. And our very own Is Charles comes through with a nice read, putting it away. And if they can just be consistent, they can take it to Frost. We're seeing it already, and now we have a tie game on our hands.
Yep, and already awkward off the corner. Rooney takes a shot. It's high. Is Charles trying to follow it up? Not quite able to get it, but that was another breakaway opportunity. They caught Saint kind of slipping in the corner, not able to really make a touch on the ball, and shot taken. I mean, it's still Novice. You can't be too mad about it, but I know Ignite wants another shot at that. But good pressure. They've got Frost stuffed on their own side of the field, and that is where I have seen that Frost kind of get a little bit flustered when you force them onto their own side of the field. But now confusion on the Ignite side of the field. Bumps coming out. Saint is doing some work, and Django's puts the shot in the net.
And that's a brilliant bump. In the end, it was the awkwardness on defense, miscommunication there from Ignite that allowed Frost to break out. And that's really unfortunate because before this play happened, Frost looked really uncomfortable. They looked like they weren't sure how they were going to deal with the offense of Ignite. But as soon as they get an opportunity, they get the bump, send it home, and now it's on Ignite to try and regain the momentum.
Yeah, Frost is a team that thrives on pressure. If they have the pressure on you, they play a lot like how my team and I play.
Oh my.
See, what happens when pressure is applied to Frost, it's not the same type of gameplay. I mean, this is a great shot from Vita over top of Icarus. Just kind of caught the Frost team slipping a bit on their positions. They didn't think it was coming clear, but that goes to show you, like, you have to pressure Frost. You have to put pressure on their side of the field. That's where they kind of crack a little bit. If you let Icarus and Saint and even Django's, he's been popping off for his team already within the first game. If you let them apply this pressure like you see right here with this demo, this is what happens. They put the ball on your side of the net so quickly, and then they try to force you into awkward rotations on your own side of the field.
And another close call there. That one barely rolled to the side. But I have to agree. So far, it seems like these teams are just trading punches. Bit of help from Ignite, or from Frost, I should say, to help the ball get into their own net. But still, great pressure from Ignite, and they're showing that they are capable of taking down this roster. Rooney can't get there. The top shelf shot will clear the defenders, and Frost up once again.
Yep, honestly, it was Vita a little bit slow to try to challenge that ball. Not sure if he was trying to get a better 50 or what he was trying to do there. Would have just tried to launch a little bit sooner, left too much time, and Rooney was not able to get there. So Frost, it's been a back and forth battle in game number 1. But Frost have got the upper hand. 45 seconds left on the clock. Can Ignite do it and try to at least take this game into overtime? Over to the corner. Looks like it's Django's off the sidewall, misses out a shot. Is Vita... a little bit of miscommunication, trying to get a pass out mid, but it's not going to happen. Icarus finds a clear. Back to Rooney, trying to get it past Django's, who 50s it over to the corner. Ignite trying to push something here in the last few seconds. Pass to Vita goes unanswered, and now it's a 2v1 Saint and Icarus. Rooney manages to get 2 saves in quick succession, but that is eating precious time off the clock merely. I don't know if they've got enough to pull it away as time ticks away and shots are coming in.
Still another shot coming through. LNR Vita will put it home. 5 seconds left. No time to spare. He ties up one of the best game 1s I have seen in a while.
I just say that's that's a double post pass, you know. You caught the defense thinking it was going to be 2 shots, and granted, they most definitely were shots on net. But 2 post passes to a shot into the back of the net. It's 3-3 now. Saint trying to pop this one up and take this out of overtime. Rooney and Charles both double commit, and Icarus not able to bring it around. So we are going into overtime merely after what I thought was going to be Frost's first game to win, honestly.
And it really did look, Frost just kept regaining that advantage. We'll have to see now if Ignite can break the spree, but they can't. Icarus with a nice low boost challenge, and he breaks through the defense. Frost keeps the trend active, and they will take game 1.
Yeah, everybody was pushing up really forward there, expecting a clear out over top of Icarus. And just Icarus is so good at being there when you don't realize he's there. Challenging your shots. I've seen it firsthand. He's challenged me on the field before. I'm just like, man, you don't realize Icarus is right there. And that's a, you know, tried and true case of how he really plays out there. Just catches you slipping. And Frost win it within 10 seconds of overtime, becoming a thing. So, but honestly, merely looking at how Ignite played and how they came back from that, would you say that they still have a very solid chance of, you know, learning from game 1 and then coming back and potentially even winning game 2 or challenging Frost on a higher level?
Most definitely. I mean, I think that this game 2 in specific is going to be the most important one for them. If they go down 0-2 to Frost, with how well Frost is and how consistent they are, it'll be extremely difficult to come back. If they can break away here, I mean, we've seen they have the offense. They've been putting most of their shots on target with a couple of misses, but you can't expect much more. They've had incredible accuracy and the ability to make these really creative plays that Frost just doesn't have the ability to deal with. They just have to communicate a little bit better on defense and not allow these easy goals in, as they will right off the bat be a little bit fortunate to not have that one going.
Yeah, Frost putting some pressure off the kickoff, and they even still afterwards trying to be those aggressive attackers that they are known to be out on the field. Django's misses from the corner. Does Charles have a pass to mid? No one's there. Rooney trying to come in, but it's Icarus' ball. And a little awkward, but still, Saint tries to follow it up. Vita's waiting with Rooney behind him, gets it over 2. The 1v1 play. Charles trying to clear it down off the back wall. Does he have the double? To the middle, almost gets it, but it comes off the crossbar. Rooney also missing. A little bit of awkwardness from Ignite there. They had a chance. Honestly, though, that was a pretty good effort. It's not enough, though, as Icarus is just going to lob one right over top of the defense and score.
And it's from hero to zero so quickly. I feel so bad because that shot from Charles was just a pixel away from going through. But the overcommit on the follow-up, and Frost will be able to put in the counterattack. I do like the confidence from Ignite to be going for these plays, but they have to be aware that there's a likely chance that they'll have to defend quickly if they are going all in like this.
Yep, definitely. If they did not see it in game 1, they now know how quick Frost can kind of get up once the ball is at midfield, kind of turn that counter-strike play into a full-on onslaught. As you see, as soon as they get room, like as soon as Icarus or somebody gets room for Frost, you just see all three just pushing like a like a bunch of hungry sharks out there that smell blood in the water. They're trying to get that pressure. Rooney and Saint now looking for a 50 to the back wall, off the corner again. Ignite all over the goal of Frost, but not quite in it. And that one's going to be cleared past Vita, so it's Rooney now to try to challenge Django's. Going for a bumping play. Awkwardness again. Shot from Icarus. Oh, he can't quite flick it out. So Rooney accidentally puts that one in his own net.
And they're repaying the favor for the own goal from game number 1. I'm not sure if... Oh, I think there was a defender behind him if you just let that one go. But obviously, you're under the ball. You see it heading towards your net. You're going to try and make something happen. Unfortunately, the thing that he made happen this time was the own goal. And now Ignite in an even tougher position here. They really can't let Frost start running away, because once they feel utmost confidence, it's unlikely they're going to give any room for Ignite to come back in this one.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. And shots all over the net for Ignite. Just got to try to dial in that accuracy a little bit. They'd have 3 goals right now, and it would be their game instead of Frost's. But unfortunately, the goalposts and the crossbars are not showing any mercy today. And it's going to be maybe an uphill battle for Ignite to try to fight with that, unless they can kind of dial in their accuracy a little bit. Icarus finds himself on Ignite's side of the field again. Good clear from Charles up to Rooney on the sidewall. Does not make contact, or if he does, it was a little bit awkward. Back pass to Vita, but Django's has the whole backfield now to himself. Is he going to be able to get a pass out to mid? No, he doesn't. Takes that one a little bit early, but it was actually a shot on the net. So yeah, Ignite, they've got to watch their positioning, because they are getting forced into these counter-strike attempts so quickly that, you know, I think they're not realizing how quickly Frost can kind of turn the ball around on the field.
Yeah, and it seems like they're thinking about going all in for these attacks. They're not really thinking about the balls, the possibility of the ball going in their own net, I should say. Uh, they're just kind of going all out on these attacks, and I have to respect it because they've seemed like they do have the ability to score them, but if they can't find something quickly, I mean, they're going to have to try to switch up something. Still, I know Rooney, the free play main, he's the one I'm really looking to try and make something happen here. But once again, it's Frost defense helping out Ignite as that one bounced in off the defender. Still, a nice shot from Charles.
Charles puts it on target. Django's found himself at the front edge of that net and couldn't quite put it away. I mean, couldn't quite clear it away, so he ends up putting it away for Ignite. I mean, what else do you do in that situation? You know, if you can't clear it out of your goal, you may as well score it in yourself. But so Ignite one goal. They need one more to try to tie things up. They definitely, like you said earlier, merely do not want to try to go 0-2 into the next game. Then it's do or die for the match, and it's do or die for the season at that point. A lot of pressure can mess up with your nerves. So, but Frost are definitely going to try and put them in that position. If they can get you nervous, they can definitely start taking advantage of you out on the field. So Ignite find themselves on the offensive side. Good pass from Charles. Does not get past Icarus, though. And now he's trying to solo play. A little bit of an awkward landing on the sidewall. Past the mid. Icarus, he's there. Saint trying to bring it back around again. Good pressure, but Ignite holds stout. Not sure what happened to Rooney. Oh, it was Saint in the backfield being an absolute menace to cause that.
And oh my goodness, was that a team pinch we saw there? The players combining for the pinch. It looked like, I don't know exactly what player that was there, but they just cleared the backfield, so the net was completely open. And Frost decided that they wanted to go for the level up play, fuse their powers together to get that one in the back of the net. Oh. And what a shot from Saint. That one was lightning fast, and Frost definitely running away with this game too here.
Yeah, honestly, it's Saint is like that. I feel like Icarus kind of carries the team with the mechanic side of things, but Saint is just so good at being an absolute nuisance behind players. He's got it with my team before. Just you're your own, like the third man, and you know Saint's behind you. You aren't thinking that he's gonna come up behind you and bump you out, or even get a lot of these plays that he gets because he's just so good at being sneaky. But Ignite are not trying to count themselves out yet as Charles finds the right side of the net.
It is possible, highly improbable, but you know, anything can happen in this silly little game with flying cars. I'm not sure that we're going to see this one happen, but I would love to see Ignite get a comeback. They just need maybe one more quickly, and then if they can get another goal with some low time, we saw in game one, they do have the potential to pop off when it comes down to it, but they have to get this second goal very quickly. Time is running out.
Rooney gets it over top. Icarus looking for the pass to Charles. It's down in mid. Oh, and plat flip. Almost an own goal. Luckily, Django is there to save off of his teammate's shot.
That was a ridiculous play. What? He just own goal, but his teammates saved the own goal. That might be the best read I've ever seen in my life. That will secure the victory for Frost, to take this one 4-2.
Oh my gosh. I think in Rocket League, you just got to play the calculated quick chat on that one. Oh my gosh. Oh. That was a sight to behold, and definitely would have been something that Ignite wanted to happen. Not saying they would have really been able to do it. There wasn't too much time left on the clock, but still, Ignite were putting up a fight there towards the end. Not able quite to bring it back around. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen, viewers. It's either a reverse sweep or Ignite is out of the season. So all you Ignite fans out there, if you're rooting for this team, they need you right now. They need you in chat, you know, like Goku with the Spirit Bomb. Lend your energy. They need it right now. I'm not gonna say that they're out merely. They are getting swamped a little bit now. Frost is starting to warm up, is what I've noticed. First game, it's a little bit awkward, but then once they start warming up, they really get dominating. But they still have a chance. It's slim, but I never count a team out. Especially one that's even, you know, scored as many goals as they have against Frost. It's more than my team was able to. So, you know, it's we'll see what happens. It's game number 3, do or die for Ignite on all counts, but I think they can still do it.
Ignite, you know, I'm not counting them out either. It's so difficult when you're in a position like this because there were a few opportunities in the last game and the game before where if they just went slightly differently, this could be a completely different storyline. and Ignite could be the ones in the driver's seat. But these things didn't go their way. Credit to Frost for playing well themselves. But we've seen that Ignite has the potential to tie these games, and even in some positions, it looks like they're poised to take victory. They just have to be a little bit more accurate, not let Frost run over them. But game 3 here, Ignite facing the sweep, just has to take this one game at a time.
Yes, you got to watch that positioning there from Charles. Leaves an opening for Saint to try to take it downfield. Luckily, Charles, really good composure, one to beat. Rooney gets it off the sidewall. Vita's up, but Saint, good save, even though it wasn't on target. I feel like he pinched that away from net. Icarus now looking for the net. Is it on target? It is, but Rooney rushing in to get that save. What an amazing shot from Icarus. Oh, but a triple commit now. Is Icarus going to try and pick this defense apart? Good 50 from Rooney. Honestly, being able to read that he was able to get down to that shot, that was really good composure. And now Vita trying to bring this one around center. But already, Ignite, I feel like they've done a better job already, merely kind of adapting to how Frost are playing. Even though they threw up some doubles and some even a triple commit at one point, they were still able to recognize where certain shots were coming from and kind of position themselves a little bit better so as to not be, scored on.
And the saves are a great sign. I think an Ignite player may have just saved the ball for Frost there. I don't know if that one was going in. I prefer the saves on their own half, I must say. But regardless, it's a great sign, as I don't know if they'll be able to get back to this one. Okay, they barely do. That's great for Ignite. And you know, I don't really mind the triple commit from Ignite, as there might get one here looking for the bump. And trading blows on both sides of the field. This ball is barely escaping the net for either team.
Honestly, I thought that it was going to go in there. I kind of questioned the play to go for the bump. I feel like had he gone for the ball, might have been able to put it in. I don't know. You know, that's one of those ones you'll never know unless it happened. So Ignite still keep the score 0-0. Frost have had their looks at net. You see, is Charles trying to clear out some room in the backfield, but Rooney's not able to connect, so that momentum kind of gets wasted. Is Charles with a big booming clear to the left corner of Frost. And now trying to get the pass mid, gets it there, but Vita was playing back, and honestly, that I don't think any teammate could have really read how that one was gonna come across. Shot from Rooney, though! Finally, Ignite score, and they are the first ones on the board.
And Ignite do take the lead. I don't know if they've had any leads actually in this series so far, but this is a good sign because I know they haven't had many. And so far, Ignite has had an immense amount of pressure on Frost. Even when Frost has gone those counterattacks, they haven't been as successful. Now Ignite just needs to build on this and not let Frost get their momentum back. Don't let them get these counterattack goals that they've been getting every single time Ignite has looked alive in the series.
Yeah, honestly, I was a little bit worried there as the rush play off the sidewall became a option for Ignite. I was worried that Frost was going to be able to take advantage of it, but they hold strong, and now Vita turns it around, trying to get it past Django's. A good first fake, and just absolutely demolishes him on the right-hand side, putting it in.
And that is a beautiful play by LNR. Vita gets a controlled touch, actually. It's a high-level touch, whether intentional or not. And manages to follow it up. Django's can't challenge, a little bit too awkward. The ball slips past him. Now Ignite cementing, getting that insurance goal, and this is huge. This could be a start of something big for them.
Yep, all Ignite have to do is just keep the pressure up. Do not, let your attack falter. I feel like even though they've got a 2-goal lead, they cannot get defensive here. I've mentioned it in the previous games. Frost is an offensive team, and that's where they thrive. They do not thrive on their defense. So Ignite have got to keep the pressure on, keep the burners hot. Let the pressure keep coming in, and as a shot comes off of the top of Saint's car, Rooney spiking it down, going to be a little bit high. Django's gets a clear. Now it's Vita to try to make a turn and control this with Saint, but manages to force it down to the corner. Bumping play from Saint, trying to come out. The pass goes unanswered, though. Icarus from the corner, gets a double, doesn't go his way. Can Rooney clear this one out past the third? No. See, this is the rotation that Frost tries to put their opponents in. But luckily, Ignite holds strong. They get it out of their side of the field. And Icarus, questionable turn there off the sidewall and leaves his own net completely open.
And a beautiful play there. Icarus making not the greatest touch. Can't get the follow-up. Is Charles immediately recognizes it, sending that one in. And really, what I'm impressed with is Ignite. On these defensive rotations, they look so much more coordinated than they have earlier in the series. Even when Frost is trying to set up plays. They're getting 50'd at important moments, and they're not really able to get the same open opportunities that they've had in the last 2 games. Ignite's doing a really good job of shutting these down. If they can keep this up, then not only this game, but even possibly further games in the series might be within their reach.
I saw Rockerman put in the chat. He put the old script in the broom. I don't know if that's a hinting at what's to come. I don't know, but if Ignite keep playing like this, this is definitely reverse sweep potential. But of course, as I say that, Frost are going to find their first goal and try to make Ignite, you know, a little bit worried.
Frost do get something going. That's a great pass from Icarus on low boost. One thing I've noticed, you know, boost management is great and all if you can hold a full tank of boost. But if you can manage to still pose problems while having no boost in the tank, then you are just more of a menace than someone who can hold on to 100 boost for forever. And this guy is always creating opportunities even when he doesn't have much boost in the reservoir. A great play set up from there, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late for Frost to mount this comeback, barring some more late game heroics or late game own goals, I'll say.
Yeah, so final 10 seconds left on the clock. Saints got no boost, as you were just talking about boost management. Shot coming in. Luckily, Vita gets the save. Honestly, though, even if it had gone in, it would have been, you know, a kickoff goal or nothing for Frost. Can they find another consolidation? I don't know if I used the right word, but I'm going to use it anyway. They find the 4th goal right before the buzzer ends up going off.
And Charles, you know, this one won't have too much meaning, but that's a great sign of momentum for Ignite getting the last goal. And can we just talk about Charles for a second? Because this man is absolutely popping off. I mean, not only this game, but last game, he almost scored a couple highlight plays, getting over 500 score in this game and the last game. I'm not too sure about game 1, but really seen this guy step up, and he is coming out hot. I mean, he looks like he really wants this series, and if he can keep playing this well, I mean, I could see Ignite at least taking this to a game 5.
Indeed. I mean, you got to look at what they're up against, man. Sometimes, you know, some teams, when they're pinned up with their back against the wall, they crumble and fall. Other teams, when they're pinned with their back against the wall, they fight even harder. And it seems like that's what Ignite is really doing. They're recognizing the gravity of where they're at. And it's not guaranteed that if they win this game, they still make play-ins, but they have to try to even stay in the fight. So Ignite are throwing absolutely everything at it. Charles doing a really good job for his team. But as we go into game number 4, we'll see what happens if Ignite can stave it off. But already within 6 seconds, Frost find the back of Ignite's net.
And that's one of the best 50-50s I've ever seen from a Dominus is Charles, as Icarus just puts the entire length of his car across that ball. I mean, really, what do you do there when you're trying to get a clear? Just a ridiculous dunk. And Frost starting off hot with 1 goal. Ignite need to answer back soon.
Yep, so Rooney trying to get a pass mid. Oh, but it's a pass to Icarus. Double commit. Can Saint put a shot on net? No, he cannot. Whew, sigh of relief from Ignite, as that was clearly going to be a goal. And Saint had an angle on it. The defense for Ignite was super awkward. Popping play from Rooney, not able to quite get it over top of Saint as well. 50s, it keeps it in the corner. Vita getting some boost, kind of fakes out the defender. Can he sneak it in the backside? No, he cannot. As Saint somehow manages a touch, kind of took an awkward bounce off the post as well. But Ignite trying to get that pressure on Frost's side of the field and looking pretty solid right now after the first little blunder within the first couple seconds. They've managed to keep the ball on Frost's side of the field for a good amount of time now. As long as they can keep Frost in this rotation, eventually, I'm telling you, they're going to crack. But the moment that Frost gets that breathing room, it's over.
Those early seconds, I mean, at any level can be the most volatile in any game. You never really know what's going to happen when that ball leaves kickoff for the first time. Unfortunate for Ignite that they were the ones to suffer because of it. But they've really cleaned up the play now, and with a lot more time going by without getting scored on, they've had a few opportunities themselves, but not exactly the same. It looks like Frost is slowly figuring out how to deal with this Ignite offense, and it's not a great sign for Ignite, but they're still finding ways to break through. They just need to convert and try to not concede on these counterattacks. Yep.
Man, you see him right there. Ignite have got to get like a solid rotation for their teams. They cannot be in those positions of, oh wait, who's going to hit the ball again? It's your hit, right? They were kind of forced into an awkward situation. Frost is going to try to bring out these demos that you see going off on the screen. They're going to try and do that, because when they do that, then Ignite have to second guess, you know, where everybody's at. Can I make a push here? Do I need to drop back? That sort of thing. So Frost is going to continually bring that pressure. It's up to Ignite to get down their rotation solid and not even open up those possibilities for Frost to get those demos. Stay vigilant out there on the field to stay moving. That's how you dodge demos, is stay moving out on the field. Don't get caught squatting, because that's how you try to avoid a team that's really pressuring you really hard. So Rooney off the back wall, can't quite get it past Saint. It's now into the corner. The first half of this game has expired. Only one goal has been scored from these two teams. A really good double from Django's, but not able to get it past Vita. Icarus, though, stuffing it again. They've got to find a clear to get it out of their side of the field. Oh my gosh, Icarus trying to put a shot on net, but what a save. I don't know why there wasn't a save credited to Ignite there, but it looked like that player got a touch to send it out of that goalpost.
Yeah, and that was a close call for Frost. One thing I will say, Ignite's defensive rotations look much better. Their rotations in general look very solid, as this one might just go all the way. Saint barely able to get back. But they're playing very deep for the most part with their third man now, which is great for avoiding getting scored on. We've seen they haven't conceded yet with another fantastic save having to come out quick. But it's not as effective for creating these same destructive offensive plays that they've been able to make in the first 3 games. And we've seen now is they haven't really had too many opportunities other than a couple of counterattacks themselves. It seems like they're trying to play the counterattack game. And I don't really think that trying to beat Frost at their own game is going to work out in the long run.
Yeah, honestly, that is not their play style. But somehow, with a little bit of a doinker shot, Vita gets it past the defense. Was it Django and Icarus? It got past 2 with the same play.
I mean, I can analyze your strategy all you want, but if you've got mechanics and you can use them to dribble past the entire team, then you're going to have an advantage when scoring. Eleanor Vita, not the first time we've seen him pop off this series, and he does it again. An absolutely beautiful play. Might be coming back for another one. That was just off the post. Heartbreaking as it goes off the other post. And he had a shot, but didn't recognize the defender was there. So close for Ignite, and if they lose this game, they might be wishing they had that one back. Just got to keep driving forward for now.
Yep. They've got to kind of shrug that one off, realize, hey, okay, it was a missed opportunity, but guys, we have Frost right to where we want him right now. We scored the first goal. We kind of have some momentum, not give it up. That rotation right there from Charles and Rooney might crush them as this ball forces them to rotate back quite handily and fast, but luckily, Vita playing the defensive for his team. Saint's shot is going to go high. Demo's coming out. Django's looking for the shot, does not have it. Immense pressure from Frost right now. They mishandle this. Can Charles beat out Django's? Yes, he can, to the right-hand side.
With 18 seconds left, Charles, the man, the myth, I mean, every member of this Ignite team seems to be working together perfectly, but of course it was Charles to put home that one. Now they just have to hold on for 18 seconds, and we will be head to Game 5. Ignite, I mean, this is their season life on the line, and they are giving it their all.
Indeed, they've had some really impressive plays from Vita and Charles, popping off for their team exactly where they needed it. This clear all the way down the Frost side of the field is exactly what they need to see. And even another one just to rub it in Frost's face. We're not out of the fight yet, boys.
They will not stop playing until that clock hits 0. One more goal just to add insult to injury, that making a statement that you are about to be reverse swept, and Ignite looking to follow through on that statement. One more game and we could see an insane reverse sweep attempt here.
Hey, look, you know, it's one of those things. I would really like to see Ignite reverse sweep. As I mentioned earlier, it would bode a little bit better for my team in Novice League, but you know, it could still go either way. Ignite were awkward at the first start of this game, but the ability that they had later on, Frost was throwing literally everything they had at that net. They were throwing the demos. They were pushing full 3 send everywhere, and they almost caught Ignite. They got a clear out of the backfield, and Icarus kind of bumbled it towards the backside, and that's exactly what Ignite need. When Frost full send, you need to get that ball out of your side of the field exactly like they just did, and they pulled that comeback handily, and now they're looking really solid going into game number 5.
And like you said, none of these games have been clear cut. This one could still go either way easily. I mean, in every single game we've had so far, there have been so many clutch plays, so many crucial touches, so many mistakes that separated 1-goal games from each other, or even games that were separated by more as right off the bat. But as we head into game 5 here, Ignite will be the first ones to strike. They're carrying the momentum, and they are looking to complete this reverse sweep and stay alive.
Honestly, Vita, I don't think he realizes how much pressure he just put on Saint right there. It looked, he clearly missed, and he was not trying to miss. I'm just going to say that I can call it, I can see it. But Saint thought he was going, and then Saint pushed himself into an awkward spot to allow that goal to happen by his 2 teammates behind him. So that's really good play from Ignite already at the start, getting that momentum, carrying it. And even here, can they get another one? Rooney not able to do it. It was right there, but they couldn't quite pull it together. I know merely they want that one back. That you need every single goal that you can get to try to make sure that Frost is not able to come back.
And the way to move past that one is just to keep pushing. Don't think about the wide open net that you just squandered. Just keep pressing forward. And if you get the next goal, then it doesn't matter at all. All that happened was you wasted a little bit more time off the clock and eventually scored. It was definitely a critical miss there from Ignite. They're still looking very solid. And they're still looking like they want this more than Frost even, perhaps.
Yes, for sure. If I was Ignite, I would be playing like, you know, my life depended on it. Good pressure in the corner. Going for the bump on Icarus. Gets it. Vita can't quite get the shot or the pass. So it's kind of just awkward in the corner. Is he able to get it out past Saint to Rooney? A little bit too far, or maybe Rooney was just playing a little bit too slow. Not quite sure what the communication was there between Ignite. Another opportunity may be squandered, but they've got one in the backfield now. Charles trying to pop it to the left-hand side. Can't quite nail it in, but already I'm liking what I'm seeing merely. Ignite is all over Frost right now, and looks like Frost cannot deal with it.
The aggression is absolutely unrelenting from Ignite. They are just sending player after player, trying to get this ball middle, trying to bump defenders out of net, and I love what we are seeing from them so far. Frost does not look prepared to handle this type of aggression. They're falling back into their half and repeatedly getting outplayed, just barely avoiding conceding. They have to try to break out of their half or else they will be reverse swept here.
Yeah, honestly, the the slow plays there messing with the minds of Frost, as clearly Frost is a team that plays really fast. Sometimes when 2 teams are kind of locked in that fast-paced momentum, you don't realize the slow play can be devastating, but this pass to Charles is amazing.
The coordination, Rooney gets a touch just soft enough that Charles realizes he can follow it and beats out Saint to put it home. Just absolutely expertly done on the offense there. And now 2-0, Ignite solidly in control of this game and their destiny for the season.
Oh,
another one goes in.
The lead continuing to extend for Ignite. I got Rockerman saying it's going to happen. I think chat is starting to believe that the reverse sweep is going to happen tonight, ladies and gentlemen. After all the pressure that Frost is bringing, Ignite is taking it to Frost. And unless they do something quick, this is Ignite's series to win.
And they look like they are poised to do so. I don't think we've seen a comeback from 3 goals in this series so far. I don't think we've even seen a lead of 3 goals, but when it matters most in Game 5, Ignite is showing up. They just have to play solidly for 1/2 of a game, and they will be completing the reverse sweep and keeping their dreams of making it to the play-ins alive.
Ooh, Charles a little awkward and across his own goal, but somehow they managed
Another
to catch
one.
Frost sleeping again!
And Frost is just falling apart here. They're trying to just send their players, trying to make something happen, but Ignite's read is too good. Is Charles turtling that one in?
Oh
and I
my
mean,
gosh.
you gotta give MVP to Charles. I mean, this guy came out of nowhere, and he has been an absolute menace to the Frost roster this series.
Yeah, you know, if scoring 4 goals within 3 minutes wasn't, you know, enough, then you go ahead and you turtle goal it on them. That's honestly gonna rock Frost's mentality a little bit. I have heard of Icarus talking about how this game is a lot mental. Honestly, I feel like that's like a blow to the mental game of Frost right there, if ever I saw one. Really, I think Charles is feeling confident. The pass to Rudy, goal number 5!
Now they're just infield passing like nothing. Charles says, okay, you know what? You want another one? I'll give you another one. Rooney, you know what? You can get some goals too. I already got 3. I don't need another one. And now 5-0. I mean, Ignite it's hard to imagine the time when they were down 0-2 and so close to losing this series. They're just completely dominating now.
It's crazy to see, honestly, from a team that's 5-10. It's amazing to see them take on the number 2 team right now, simply because their game hadn't played out. But it's crazy to see them stacking up this solidly. They are really playing with everything right now, and really, I don't know, merely I might be thinking that this game is safe to call at 5-0, and this might be 6-0.
They've almost scored as many goals in this game as they've scored in the entire rest of the series. I mean, at this point, I think 3 goals ago, Frost's mental was just completely chalked. But I'd be mildly scared if I was a Novice and I had to face this team in the play-ins and maybe even the playoffs. I know they're not quite there yet. This series does not secure by any means the play-ins for Ignite, but it gets them one step closer. And if they can make it there, I mean, they look so solid. As another one going in, they're not showing any mercy. Are we gonna see a Brazil? Are they gonna own goal for the Brazil? That would just
they
be,
might.
I mean,
honestly, look, if I was them, I would do it. You know, because you've gotta. It's even more so. The way I see it is, it's even more so than just winning this game to keep yourself in it. If you can win this game, and then you rock the mentality of a potential player or team that you're gonna be playing again. That is like even speaks more volumes than just getting the win. If you can rock it so that they might not be able to come back from this loss, or they might continually think about this game for the rest of the season, that does a whole lot, because clearly they're in Frost's head right now. And so do everything that you can right now to make sure that you make this statement that, hey, we came back from, you know, the not the greatest of odds. We're a 5-10 team contending with an 11-4. And we're showing you guys that we can play as well as you, we can play better than you, and we're really making you guys regret playing us in this match as much as you guys thought you might have won.
And I mean, I think that Frost will be thinking about this series for a while. I mean, credit to them, they did not play poorly at all. They played, I'd say, consistent with their usual selves, which is a very high level to stay at in the Novice League, but Ignite just managed to step up, and right from the get-go, I mean, every single game was a close one. It was a swing series up until game 5, I'd say, where the momentum just seemed to keep shifting, but Ignite going to get the better of them, and I can't take anything away from Frost. They played great, but I also can't take anything away from Ignite, because they absolutely just stepped up and dominated Frost in the latter half of this series.
Hey, and like I said, I'm a happy man. Ignite put Frost down a little bit, so that's better for my team going in to the potentially confirming a better seed. But you know, honestly though, I was not expecting this to go this way. I was fully on Frost's side of the field. I have seen them play firsthand, and I know how well they can dominate the field. But Ignite told the tale of a different story tonight, and they really showed that if you dig down deep enough, it doesn't matter what opponent you're up against, you can still defeat them